Pero no, się mylę. A studiuję. Studiuję do czego nie wiem. Co ty? A fina na to. Ja to nie. No, co ty? Wiesz, pięknie odpada. Znaczy, ja tak na tak tej byłem. আমরা সাপ্তাহিক ক্ষেত্রে না যেত না এটা পাওয়া এরকম এরকম হসপিটালিটিতে তাদের তো একটা কোয়ার্টারলি কোয়ার করবো আমরা ডিসেবল করব লিঙ্গেজ এখন তো আমি জানো কবে তবে তা আপনারা
Good morning, everyone. It is my distinct honor to welcome you all to today's session on shaping the future of aerospace technology, a general overview, and some initiatives at IISc. We are privileged to have with us Dr. Kulima Joseph, Distinguished Professor and Pro-Vice Chancellor of Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, Tirunelveli. He is an internationally acclaimed scientist and academic leader whose work spans material science, nanotechnology, composites, and aerospace relevant research. He played a pivotal role in strengthening IASD's academic and research excellence, serving in key leadership roles including Registrar, Dean, and now as the first Pro-Vice Chancellor of the Institute, a position created to support visionary growth in space science education. His contributions extend beyond the space science education. His contributions extend beyond administration. He has authored hundreds of research papers and books, holds multiple patents, and has guided numerous doctoral scholars, testimony to his commitment to research and mentorship. We are truly honored to have Dr. Kulula Joseph with us today, and we look forward to learning from his insights into how aerospace technologies are evolving and how initiatives at IASC are contributing to shape the future of this dynamic field.
Yeah. So Institute really started only in 2007. Mostly to cater Indian space research opportunity. We are offering BTech in aerospace engineering, BTech in avionics, that is electronics and communications, and even the program in engineering. And currently we are offering BTech in computer science and engineering in data science session. So started with this undergraduate program, and initially entire expenses for the course, including accommodations and food and everything we pay government of India. And the national job is years ago and on successful completion with a grade point of 7.5. In 2021, we changed our rule because there was one board. If so, it's offering a job, and if you are not joining, so you have to pay 10 lakhs for a result for 3 years. So we changed that. Now it is free, but you have to pay fees. But still, you have the opportunity to join this option. I'm extremely glad to inform that as of today, more than 1,600 scientists, engineers are working in various research centers who graduated from IIT. And around 500 plus scientists, engineers are working in Indian startups. So very unique institute coming directly from Minister and inviting all of you to come and visit the institute and also do internship. Very competitive, but you can always get internship for this hospital. Later we started with the several masters, 16 master's program, almost all areas of engineering. And the PhD program currently we have 450 PhD students. And so it is a later second phase we mostly concentrated on, along with the academics and research, mostly institute is contributing to ISRO's futuristic research program. And most interestingly, what we are following is we are following an experiential learning. You can see that various task areas identified, different groups of faculty of those and students are working on these task areas. And one can say when a student is joining an institute, any discipline, we are following interdisciplinary approach and experiential learning. I would say that from the day one onwards, BTech first year onwards, they can join in any of the groups. For example, one is a small spacecraft and payload center. So students can go and they can study, they can develop systems, onboard computing or whatever things. If you have some idea in your mind, you can go. There's a review committee, review committee clear, you can go to the laboratory and you can do. And that experiment, whatever things you are doing, finally it will be integrated as a satellite or a payload. Finally, it will be launched. And we have the only institute in India where we have a ground station, operational ground station where we can access satellite. We can download the data. Analyze the data and the communication. So, a student from the BTech first year, first day onwards, he or she is involved in real-time experimental. This is not like a lab. You are developing. You are involved in the design, integration, testing, and all this. This is about the satellite. If you are talking about the sensors, same way, you talk about rocket. You can design a rocket. You can design rocket with a lot of the structure, the propellants, the actuators, guidance, and everything. And in 2012, recently, our students design, develop, and launch the first of something rocket command institute in India. So currently, we are students are working on various satellites. Some of already. So the idea is that once they are coming from the institute, out of the institute, they know A to Z about what are the important components in a satellite and how we can integrate, and you can think beyond that. You can have a new idea, you can come out with a new payload and all those things. That's why, because of this lot of interest from the industry is there, because we want to grab our students. So this is what we are practicing. And you know that I think Sridhar will come here. For example, IDM payload is a real payload or a system for the electric propulsion rocket. We are going to have the electric propulsion. One of the launch we are going to experiment it. So we developed this particular IDM payload. And we have developed multi-tracking antenna. So this is a Drosophila experiment, you know, that is going to be one of the experimental payloads, the upcoming human space program. But there's also, Srija's talk is also, yeah, Srija is someone who discussed about law. So it's nothing but it's a food fly. Fruit fly, that fruit fly is having the English one of fruit fly is similar to the machine. One is the astronauts are in the space, microgravity. You know, the lot of physical changes are going on. One is the bond energy, building degrees. So we can study the kinetics of loss of this the kidney stone of the Drosophila. One can correlate with the humans and all. No? This is going to be in the first G1 flight. And similarly, as I told you, rocket engineering, we can design. So a lot of rocket competitions are coming. Even biotechnology and other people can also think of this because don't think that's rocket science and satellite because space biology is coming up as a big boom. So entire globe is looking for biologists, zoology, biology, and things like biotechnology for space biology. A lot of opportunities are coming in the near future because when we are talking about, we were thinking about habitat in other planets where we need what we need biologists. Am I correct? So you can think of developing a payload and send it to the space and study. So we regularly used to conduct conference in organics in space. And when we are studying, we are discussing about the algae and all those things. Microorganisms in other planets and what the growth and things like that. So it's very, very important and you are very, very important for the nation and for the world because you are biotechnologists and biochemists and biologists. Am I correct? So that's I'll talk to you later. Some of you. This, for example, this rocket, mechanical engineer and electronics engineer can develop this rocket. Now we are going to develop climate propulsion because usually the sounding rockets are driven by solid propellant, just like your Diwali rocket. Once you ignite, it will go. There is no control. What we are planning is the oxidation will be in the liquid stage. So the oxidation means water type, no? So I can always control it. So I can control the trajectory of the rocket. I get back the rocket. So it can have a vertical takeoff and vertical landing. So suppose you want to send something to the space and study some seeds and all those things, no? You want to send it to space, you can have a small payload. It will go to the space and it can be spread to the space. You can have some sensors to study the growth and all those things. No? This is the way people are studying. So that type of it can come back also. You can have a, for example, you want to expose some of your biological samples to the space environment. When I say space environment, what is the status of what could be the chemistry of space environment? Anybody? What is space? What is space? Another space. What is space? Anybody can define space? Anybody? My boys and girls. Space is nothing but if I am climbing from here, from the front of Sunitra Institute, up above, once I close 100 kilometers up above, vertically above, that what is called space. For Kalman was the scientist of defined 100 kilometers above, vertically above the Earth's surface is known as space. So that is called Kalman line, and space is an unforgiving place. It's not like our Earth. You cannot do any mistake because because of the atmosphere we are really safe, they are full of radiations. Almost all molecules are in the ionic stage, so it can hit you. It can this the phase is having extremely different temperature. So that means that when I say that the extreme temperature means don't think that minus 50 or plus 40 or 60 or 200 or 2000 can go beyond. Understood? That's the case of space. And because of this radiation, so one can study how the space radiation and space environment going to affect the biological samples. What I need to do, I have to expose it. I have to expose it, so I can have a payload with a window, space protected window where the radiation will come and it can hit on the sample and can be radiated. Then later we can study what the influence and all. So a lot of things you can do with biotechnology and biology, and how the growth is going to help. And it is very important for the extra habitat and research. So this way, so this type of things are very important for you. And that we are working in various areas. I don't want to tell you. We have several startups in the institute. We are also closely working with a lot of industries to develop instruments and payloads and things. For example, this is atomic layer deposition systems. Recently, we developed the corporate collaboration of Boston Technology in New Delhi. Actually, it is a very precision instrument. Currently, we are importing from Germany. This costs more than 3 crores. But our own faculty and students, they have developed this with the 30 lakhs of this first instrument is in our institute. So by doing this, we are learning a lot of things, instrumentation, no? Instrumentation involved, mechanical engineering, electronics, and everything is there. So that is also there, and then these are the other payloads used for biological sample, and you can see that chlorophyll estimation of organisms and things all are connected to your biology. And when telling that one can have what see space application is very important. Right? We are sending satellite. We are having the rocket. Finally, we are doing all for application of the satellite. How the data can be generated. So it's very very important. Most of the space application is coming to the one of our former students started a startup company is Actual. Is one of the leading startup in the country, almost 1,000 crore turnover. What he's doing is using the space data, he's mapping the crops in the country, and he can estimate the crop yield for last 10 years, and can also predict what will be the crop yield, and the bank will give the loan for because of the farmers. And we recently we got another big project from DRDO where they are also doing the same thing that I don't want to tell. And it's almost a 50 crore project. So a lot of importance are there for biology related, water related, like applications. You should visit analysis, Hyderabad, careers, Dehradun, where you can see that how this data is effectively used for biology and other. Okay. So a lot of things are there. This is the actual payload. You know that tomorrow Surya will come and discuss that. And we are also developing, see, biosensor like exhale breathe condensate. So it's in collaboration with the Kings, and we have another collaboration with the Saritra also. We can predict and detect cancer and cardio related issues using this sensor. So coming back to we are talking about the materials are very very important. So you have gone through the science, Stone Age, and all those things. Now one can say that we are in the information age, or we can say that we are in the AI age. So starting from that, one can see that if you see the development of materials, So first pottery appears and then copper invented and things like that. So a lot of interesting phenomena happen because of the curiosity of human being. If you really go to the development of science and technology, straight science and technology, one can see that all developments and all discoveries happen because of two reasons. One is the curiosity, and second is the necessity for developing new materials. These are the two driving forces for all inventions. So one can see that, I don't have time to quickly go this. One can see even if you are aware of this angular the BC structure, those days Indian knowledge system, you know that this type of technology is available. So simple oxidation or phosphates coming out and it is keeping the iron pillar from the rusting and all. So you can have several type of things. Whenever you are talking about the materials and things that are this picture is very important. You know what is this? This is for the what? What is the science behind it? What I know. You can get the normal now it's called the pottery and all those things. What is the science behind it? The science then because the all technology, all material science, but technology depends on the particular science behind it. Because any material, even human being, two important factors, properties are very important. One is plasticity and other one is elasticity. One is plasticity and other one is elasticity. Why plasticity and elasticity are very important? It's because I used to tell students, suppose you want to make chapati. Well, how you are going to make chapati? You have to take wheat flour and you have to add water, okay, and salt into one. That water wheat flour ratio is very crucial. Am I correct? If water is more, no chapati. Water is less, not of uncooked water. So that's very important. When you are mixing it and you are mixing thoroughly and keeping as a dough for some time, can you make a chapati immediately after mixing? Can you make? Yes or no? Why? To the reason. During mixing, I can make, one test how to make how I want to create a food. Immediately I can mix it and make a chapati. It's difficult because by doing that, the water is penetrating the wheat flour and it is establishing very strong hydrogen bonding. And those who are making the paratha, eating it, is called mechanical stabilization. Intimate contact between the fine particles are there. So because of that, it is becoming plastic. Actually, they are imparting plasticity to the wheat flour when you are making the chapati or paratha and all. That's why any material we are looking for plastic or elastic. Imagine that your chapati wheat flour is having elastic property. You will roll it and you take it, it will come back. Am I correct? Thanks God that wheat flour is having plastic property. Similarly, this our body is plastic and elastic, no? Am I correct? Because if I'm putting my finger, it is going up, down, deformation. Immediately it will come back. It is totally elastic. But our body, our structure can be plastic if you are overweight and if the skin will expand beyond the threshold and it won't come back. Where after the, even though if you are taking a diet and all, you can see the lines of this. So our skin and all these are coming both plasticity and elastic. That's why I told you it's very important when you are talking about material science. And this, what you know, very important. In millions of years, BC structure, you know that all old buildings you can see colored glass and all. What is it? Nanoparticles and it's actually plasma molecules. Simple chemistry or simple science was there. And when you're talking about the materials, you know that there are different types of materials and all are very important in biotechnology because metals are very important. Where metals are important in biotechnology? Don't think that biotechnology means only certain elements of biotechnology. It's a department like everything. Am I correct? Or ceramics are very important, polymers are very important, and this type of materials are very important in developing little systems. And I can show you that coming to the aerospace, different types of materials are there. Biomedical, we are developing various type of materials. Biomedical engineering is very important. You have Sridhara Medical Institute of Medical Sciences, which you have to go and see how they are developing these different devices. Have you set it? So you do that. You are doing research. Then you will understand the importance of your topic, your subject in the real application. They are doing a lot of important findings, and you can see the semiconductor and this. I generally I'm talking about the materials and all, and you can see that now people are talking about smart materials. We are talking about 4D printing, 5D printing, 6D printing, and this is very important because we are living in a world of industry 5.0. Am I correct? If you live industry 1 to 100 years, 2 to 3 is 100 years, 3 to 3.5 20 years, 3.5 to 4 is 10 years. Now we are in 2026, we are talking about industry 5.0, where we are, what is industry 5.0? Human beings are going to compete and collaborate with the intelligent machines. Already started. Last year we are collaborating and competing with humans. Next year you are competing with the intelligent machines. Because of that, what is going to happen? Most of your jobs will be taken by the robots, drones, and things like that. So you are going to enter into a very challenging world. And I say entering, don't leave that 2050. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Already you are there. Lot of challenges and plenty of opportunities. But try to equip yourself to adapt with the challenges. Try to utilize these challenges. That is what is very important. Come out from the conventional learning process. Even today, people are attending the classes and only working on the things, and we should come out from that. We should understand other areas. That's why I have shown you materials and all. That is very important. We come out from that. You should have an interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary approach. What I need to do, I should have a understanding of what are happening, what are the other areas, so that if I have some idea, I can immediately look at this laboratory, this property, this lens is doing this, I can correlate it, I can make a this thing, and it will be a new device and things like that. So that kind of learning also is very important. Forget about your CGP and all. I used to sit for interviews. At least once in a week. We are not interested in your CGPA. CGPA is only for minimum requirement. So 6.57 is that's a minimum requirement. What we are assessing is your potential, your ability in understanding the problem, ability in undertaking the risk, ability in critical thinking, and your understanding in other areas. These are more important than your signature. So when somebody is coming, what are other skills you learn? From the other areas you can. What is your outlook? Understood. So try to understand different areas. Try to learn by doing. Go and do internship in various areas, in various places, undergo various online courses and all, so that every day I used to tell students that every day you should have something to be added to your CV. Every day you will have to go up and up. When you are completing your vision or masters, you should have a you join here and you are going now. Tremendous improvement in your CV. So what is going to happen is will go to the reader or MDEF. Am I correct? No. How to do every day you are just working for them. We should go with a rich CV. Not a CV. You should have a different outlook. So that is very, very important. That's why I told you the smart material. Here. This is a giving a to its son. Quotes or something like that. You know that now people are talking about neurogenesis. How people know that neurogenesis? Now, adult neurogenesis is coming out. So I come to some of these things. So people are talking about this type of all this. We are talking last like what was in our industry. She was talking about biology and all those things. Also, the 80% of the experience are biology related. The space station. Understood? You should read a lot. You should go to the NASA website and see what are the things happening in that. And this is another smart material people are trying to develop because once imagine that an aircraft once it is landing, you can see that wings and all will go this. I can have a simple sheet by controlling the simulator. I can have any shape and I can control it so that I can save the weight of the balloon and things like that. This is a shock absorber with the new materials. So that by giving a shock, it will align and I can have different properties and different structural materials and all those things. Coming to the most interesting thing, we're talking about biotechnology and the biology and all those things. All based on carbon. Am I correct or wrong? Yes? So carbon is a very, very important material. If you closely look carbon, this is the basic thing, and I will skip all those things. And you can see that in last 20 or 30 years, all science direct or any research, one can see that 70 to 80% of the research is based on one way or the other way related to carbon. Very, very important. When I was a student, the carbon only graphite and diamond only used the graphite used only as a pencil tip and a lubricant, and diamond was a precious gem. Now, graphite is really changing the technology. Really breakthrough results are coming out. And one can see that we can see the why and all those things. One can see what is it? Damn black. I don't know how you are aware of this type of dam. When I was a student, actually we used to study using this corrosive dam. And if we keep a paper on the top of this glass, you can see that after a few seconds you can have the carbon deposits. It's called carbon lamp black. And this carbon is very, very important. Have you seen any automobile or any tire other than black color? All tires the world, whether it's coming from cycle to aircraft, all tires are black in color. Am I correct or not? Even if ചുമന്ന കാർ ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും ചുമന്ന ടയറിനാണ് ഇവിടെ ചുമന്ന ബ്ലൂ ടയർ കിട്ടുമോ ഇനി കുട്ടികളുടെ സൈക്കിൾ കിട്ടും. Why? Because of this black. It's a carbon black, amorphous carbon, different types of black. Black is there. This is the nanostructure or microstructure. And actually, this black is giving reinforcement to this rubber. There is no other substitute in play. Almost 150 years, these have been using. People are talking about silica, but that's the beauty of carbon black. Coming, that last century smart fibers, even today, two smart fibers were carbon fibers and Kevlar fibers. Carbon fiber means even if you are talking about any aircraft or rocket or even today's cycle and all those things, carbon fibers are widely used. This carbon fiber, it is having very high strength. It can be used for biomedical engineering. If we are talking about artificial things and all, carbon is the first choice, right? High strength. Besides, this can withstand a temperature of 2500 degrees. It can withstand a temperature of more than 2500 degrees. Can you imagine the magnitude of 2500 degrees? Suppose if you want to take a bath in a very cold climate, you want to take a bath in a hot water, am I correct? 200 degrees. So what is the temperature of that hot water? 100 degree. 100 degree will be your last and final bath. No need to bath again. If it is 100 degree. It will be 40 to maximum 50, you cannot survive. It is 40, 45. Morning you are ironing your shirt and pizza. What is the temperature of, suppose I have a cotton shirt. I want to iron it. What is the temperature of the iron box? It will vary with the host, but in general, 100, 70, 100. Average is 120. It can vary. Because a fire, ironing is a fast process, no? That's why during ironing, somebody is calling and you are putting your iron box and one of the number to iron box is putting later on the clothes. So, this is the case. So, 100 degree can kill you. And can you imagine the magnitude of 2500 degree, where 1100 degree is the temperature of electrical crematorium? Go to our Chandika Vadam, temperature is 100 and 1100, where a human body becomes ash in few minutes. Then you understand this particular fiber can withstand the temperature of 2500 degree. Carbon, only carbon is there. So I don't want to delve into the structure and things. And you can see that lot of application besides the high-end application like rocket and aircraft. Now it is coming to the cycle and your badminton court and all those things. And so this was a very turning point in your life, and fullerene and all happened. I will skip all these things because of the lack of time. You know that why fullerene and how the name of fullerene and later you know that now people are talking about diamond, graphite, 660, nanotube, metacrital and things like that. And finally, people are working on graphene and all. Graphene can be widely used. I will come to some of the pictures later. I can use this graphene for various sensing applications. We also develop some sensor. Suppose I want to detect or any other what we need to do, you have to go to the laboratory. Recently, one team from Himachal Pradesh visited our school. They are saying that nearest laboratory is 25 to 30 kilometers away. But a small laboratory. If a pregnant woman wants to test their blood, has to travel 30 kilometers. So what we did is we have developed some sensors, biosensors, where just like your group of you take one drop of blood, mix it, and by changing the color, it will change the color and you can detect your cholesterol or reaction or anything. You develop and you got the patient. So these type of things where the substrate is the graphene and other materials. You know that I will come to that graphene properties later. Because Sumio Ichima, he invented the carbon nanotubes. And people are talking about different types of carbon nanotubes and all. Now, this aerogel is very, very important. You see, I can have aerogels, lightweight, where we can be used for various applications. We can use for various applications. We are also developed many aerogels. And people talking about metamaterials. They can change the shape and properties and everything. Each direction I can have different properties. Anyway, this is the latest in the materials, metamaterials, and the metamaterials are widely used in technology applications and all. And you see, what is this? This is the cell, human cell. How many cells are in the human body? Approximately 100, 75 trillion, approximately 75 trillion cells are there. And this is the basic unit of life. If that's the case, what I can do is I can have some other slides for the lack of time. If that, then I can develop a sensor, nano sensor, where so for example, I am going to develop a sensor to detect my cancer. What I need to do, this nano sensor can, if this is the cell, my sensor or device size is only just the size of this spot. My device can easily enter into the cells without disrupting substrate. Understand? In that case, I can do this device, can modify this graphene or carbon dioxide. I can inject into my bloodstream, and this is going to enter very specifically to the cancer or pre-cancer cells. Not only enter, it's a condom doors, it will release some energy. That energy is required to feed the cells. That means the pre-cancer cells, I can detect and interfere. Understood? So people are talking about nano robots. Just like that small tiny robot, it can be in my bloodstream. Imagine that my nano robot is there. Earlier, there's a advertisement that lungs is they are using the lungs. Lungs in so now I don't need to worry because the nano robot is there in the lungs and it is going to clean. And another nano robot is my body. If any for fun I am telling, any cholesterol deposits in the artery or anything, this robot will go, it will irradiate or release a medicine, cholesterol will dissolve. Otherwise, it will drill it. So no more bypass, no more heart attack. Another nano robot might be in my brain. Because people are any problem with this blood pressure and like we can detect that also. Already we developed one sensor for it. And another robot will be pancreas and things. So people are trying to develop such a nano robots. You see, a single inhaled nano robot deeply inserted in the lungs. So he can really mechanical drilling of a small tumor masked by a nanorobot. For example, a tumor is there in the inner part of a brain. Usually, doctor talks and if it is not the surface, they will simply close. So since it is in the bloodstream, these nanorobots can go into that. Just like a mechanical drilling, it can drill, and it is having a cobalt or any other radiative material, and it can radiate it. Fine, that's all. That's the level of technology is coming up. Nano general robot, now you are going to do this root canalling and all. Now it is going to do all the work. Thanks to close up and Colgate, it is going to take care of their. What I am telling is that this is the level of people are trying to develop various sensors and robots and things. So this is what I told you. We have developed various sensors. For example, the cholesterol, we have developed a sensor with a gold nanoparticle where the chemistry is very simple. We have the gold nanoparticle conjugated with the tomatin. There's a chemical obtained from tomato. But this tomato is having very high affinity to the cholesterol. So what we did is we have conjugated the cholesterol, sorry, tomato with the gold nanoparticle. When we have incorporated the cholesterol, what we have observed is that we got a blue shape, and finally we could find out that because of the very high affinity of this cholesterol molecules towards the gold nanoparticle, the cholesterol molecule ഇങ്ങനെ തിരിഞ്ഞു വന്നിട്ട് gold nanoparticle and so this gold nanoparticle will convert into gold clusters, atoms. So that's why the particle size is decreasing. Because of that, one can see that difference in color we got it. So this is the sensor, and this is with the 200 milligram of cholesterol and 240 milligram of cholesterol and like that. So that's why I told you the rural area, they can take one drop of blood and we'll see the color change, and you can have a color this thing, and you can see what is your level of cholesterol or anything. So we have developed such many other things I will show. These are other things to study. This is a device we developed in our lab. It is a 3D printer. It's a color code where I can now the biosensor and mix it with one drop of blood, or then you can see whether your creatinine or cholesterol or any such things one can easily detect. So such things we have developed various things for these. For example, this is a sensor we developed to study the Alzheimer's and so all are related to biology, because this is created from wheat. Can see that as and simple device we developed. You put one drop of blood, spread it, and what is the color? You can predict that whether after 2035 you will get Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. That's the kind of advancement one can do. So then we have we mostly worked with the gluten, you know, that wheat and gluten protected gold nanoparticles and several things we did, and we also developed some work on curcumin for the detection of cancer, and so in collaboration with Sridhar. And finally, I will tell you, we did a lot of work in this area. I don't want to delve into that. Then what we have done is we have done a lot of work on nanomaterials for evolution technology, because it's very important. Because you know that if you are going for a scanning or X-ray, usually the technicians are using a very thick overcoat. Am I correct? To protect the radio for X-ray. So I can have a very flexible film or cloth where it can protect the electromagnetic interference, X-ray, and things like that. What we did is simple way. We have a developed electrospun nano fabric with some of the materials, zirconia and things like that. And what we got is that we got excellent electromagnetic shielding property. See, 90 dB we got. So far, nobody reported up to that. The first time, this is the work, you can see that these are the work. So far, the highest value reported is 67, and we got 90 decibel, and it is flexible. Why this is very important is, suppose if you have a mobile phone or a laptop or things like that, they are using film and metallic sheet and so. I don't need that. You can simply paint it. Any material. So we have a car, you know that when you are operating your music system and all, a lot of noise will come because electromagnetic. I can have this type of material, I can qualify paint, and it will have a zero noise, so where the SL inertia will be very low, I think so. So this is the aerogel we developed. You can see that this is a aerogel, lightweight aerogel. Is having a lot of applications. People are talking about this aerogels can be used for environmental applications. Thank you. So we can use it for battery applications and all those things. And maybe now we are talking about bio-based. Lots of polymers can be originated from bio. Inseminated insects and all can be used to degrade the polymers as well as create biopolymers. There's a huge area. People are working in Sweden and all to have biopolymers. We're talking about the problems with polymers. So without polymers, we cannot survive. So there are techniques people developed, especially biotechnology people developed different types of polymeric materials using enzyme and other biotechnology process and reverse also. So it's very interesting area. So we are also working in this area where this type of bioplastics or biopolymers can be used as a smart material, self-healing material. Suppose I have a transplant in my body. So this due to some environmental issue or some force, it got a small fracture. What I need to do, I have to do a surgery and repair. So if I have a self-healing material, it will automatically heal the crack. It's called dynamic processing. So bioplastics are widely used for this type of things. And for example, I have a bioplastic suture. Suppose you have a surgery inside, you have to switch it, no? So that is it's a totally degradable after a month time or 2 months time, it will totally absorb by the body. So people are developing different type of materials. So it's called bio-based vertimers, where you can do a lot of work. That's a very important for in this biotechnology people's upcoming area. In India, only Birla is started developing this type of material upcoming area where I am telling you that you must please think. So you can see that it's a shape memory is there. Shape memory is very important now. What is the importance of shape memory? Suppose I am going to insert a stent. ഒരു ബ്ലോക്ക് ഉണ്ട് അടിയേക്ക് ബ്ലോക്ക് ഉണ്ട് സ്റ്റെൻറ്റിലാണ് അവിടെ ചെല്ലുമ്പോഴാണ് അറിയുന്നത് ബ്ലോക്ക് ചെറുതായിട്ട് വലുതാണ് ഐ നീഡ് ടു ഹാവ് എ ബിഗർ സൈസ് but I need to I have to take it back and insert. But shape memory type on the can simulate, I can give a simulate. I can control the space of that stand. Exactly I can put it. So state memory machines are very important for biomedical engineering. Not only biomedical engineering, in all other areas. So it can be recycled and all. These are fully bio-based epoxy vertimers. And another area is biomass. From biomass, how can you make value-added ion application? This biomass, this high temperature withstanding, lightweight thermal protection system is developed from cotton, cardboard, or sucrose, things like that. All biomass can be used. Biomass can be converted into carbon materials. See, lignin and all those things. People are working in developing biochar. You can take any biomass. You can have a processing up to 1,200. You will get beautiful biochar. It can be used for various applications. Lot of demands are there. So these are the areas where you have to concentrate. So why I am telling you that this area is biotechnology or biology is very important, where you can contribute to anything, space to agriculture. Your process is needed. What is more important is your outlook. Your outlook is very important. Because if we ask any students, clothes, cotton clothes, they are using and they are making a beautiful carbon materials. And this kind of thing, anything can be converted to high value, high temperature stunning forms and aerosols can be used in space and other things. My dear students, I just want to conclude, as I mentioned earlier, think beyond your subject, think beyond your classroom. Please try to push the boundaries of this place. Then only you can grow. Wherever I go and ask students, what is your goal in life? Students to tell that you want to get a degree in biotechnology. What is your aim? Come on. Then also, what is your aim? What is your aim? Start how many? Then you are going to be. Most of the students, they will have opportunity to learn the finance. Most of the students, we are working, 90% of students are working. Alright, again, studying for that work. Finally, we just get a job. Primarily, is to get a job. So, in fact, better job, PhD or something like better job. Finally, all these are what? Money. Finally, money can have, they are getting real. Fine. Your inventory. I'm not going to get out of the I said, I'm not going to good mobile phone or an laptop. പിന്നെ you look for a beautiful girl or boy, finally marry, then you look for a house, and finally, all what we are doing today is for a happy and comfortable married life. Married or married. Comfortable life, right? Is it the right God? Is it the right God? Getting job, getting money, and enjoying life is the ultimate goal in life. Unfortunately, current generation has the God. My dear friends, money is important, job is important, all of the enjoyment and everything is important. Most important thing is life is only one. Visible, yes, they are saying that after the one, but nobody so far reported that is now. That is why not. For each life, who are really interested with a lot of talents and potential. Try to work on. Try to utilize your potential. Not all I what is what is my real interest and activity? What is my real talent? So identify your talent, your interest, your potential. Work hard till you die. Till you die. Because today after my talking, please type your name in the Google or any other. How many times you are playing obstacle? Many times. Maybe one, maybe zero, maybe five. But try to fix the target back. 2047, India is celebrating because of Bharat due to thousands of people over responsibility. When you type your name, concentrate your name. That is going to be more important. Otherwise, billions and millions of people live in this way as doctors, engineers, biotechnologists, also advertises, farmers, and all. How many of them are removed? How many of them are removed? I used to ask students, can you recollect your grandfather's mother's name or father's name? Many won't know. Your grandparents sacrificed their entire life for you and your parents. You are not able to recollect them. But I can talk about Abdul Kalam. I can talk about the many other people who really contributed. That's the real God in life. You are very like God where people will remember. Your contribution will remember. And that is just like a climbing Himalaya. Himalaya ఎవరికి పోవడం you are traveling from Himalaya, diamond, what you are going to see is మూనాలు మలలు ఇద్దరు ఓడిపోతారు అక్కడ ఇక్కడ ఇంట్లో అడుగు చనిపోతారు ఇంట్లో ఫస్ట్ పక్కన మలయాళం మోడల్ వెరీ టఫ్ మన పక్కన ఉంటుంది my friends are enjoying going to die they also stand the challenges so that is we are also there so at the end of the day only two will reach that plateau of Everest you know life is just like that today you may get a music with your results and you may get a job you may get married and you are going to ensure that you are going to stay Everest keep on working one job that will require better contribute till you die. That is the meaning of life. Understood? Not to get a job. My dear friends, girls who are sitting in front of me, they want to two examples. They try to think that everyone is because most of the girls in our country, especially in our state, brilliant girls after getting married, their focus is totally changed, confined to husband, family, indoors and all those. You are going to sacrifice your entire career. Don't do that. Because you have the whole right. You have only one life. Just like a boy. So your life is your life. Your ability and potential is you have to excel. You have to showcase. You have to picture. There will be two examples that is possible. Some years back, when I was another college, one of the girls, she was a topper at first time order. She got admitted in IIT, wherever I am going, they are this to the example to so inspire the girls. What happened is that unfortunately it is better from a particular close to the other one where she was not a upward close to the like particular mission. So that I met her some days back. We are talking and whether like whatever you work and what are you doing, what you are doing good work and then you start crying. It was later some communities. The story is very good. No, sir. Every day I used to remember, reflect, reflection. No, sir. I must say that and I have two mates in my house in US. My children grown up. They are in the US. I have nothing. I have nothing. Sitting at home, all facilities, everything is money and everything is there. What else? WhatsApp, Facebook, everything. Anything is in the life of freedom or even the working women, they want to have a job very close to their house. They don't know more because they will come back like way for the windows of children and things like that. So this is this is a reality. Don't compromise. You may please learn how to balance family and your career. Recently, last 2 years back, one of my students was working in a project. One day she came to my office. So what happened? So I brought her in the car. Well, the penthouse, you know, the subsidy of this agree. No, he's not agree. He wants to be there. I don't actually I may not learn more. It should be like I have enough money and I said no. And then Amma every time. Don't worry, I will with you. Stay in our hostel. Almost 8 months stay in our hostel. We were the other number that average student, not as very hard working. Determined student. We keep on trying. She got a PhD position in France. When there, last year she got married. I also attended. Be very close to my wife. Now she is turning up like anything. That's the thing in me. I just want to conclude with this. My dear friends, only one line tries to keep a line. This is my career. This is my family. Nobody is allowed to cross the boundaries. Otherwise, you will be. If you want to be a successful woman or a man, with clear determination, day and night memories work. 24 into 7 is not sufficient. That's why today I am here. Even today I am working on 15 to 16 hours. So memories work. Try to travel across the world, interact with people, expose, because exposure is very important. So that's why I told you go visit different laboratories, different people, interact with people, see what they are doing. Otherwise, you will be in a just like a frog in a well. So exposure is very important. Collaboration is very important. Competition is very important. And that way you can come out very successfully. Now I room for one more minute, so others should give me one more minute. So when I was in we call it organization, three biotechnology students, I forgot how. Three biotechnology students approached me. So they wanted to make the book of nano. They were doing BSc biotechnology first year. This is what you are going to do. I'm a chemistry professor. No, sir, I am going to talk in the college. Really got inspired. Okay. After 2, 3 times they visited and I got because they were coming day and night, in morning time, evening time, Saturday, Sunday, holiday. I also really got inspired and I sent them to IT Science. And at the end of weekend, they published a paper. Not BSc. Then they went for masters. Finally, I will tell you, one student is one of the girl student is working in Purdue. That's a big BSc of here. They started doing work, learn things, went to IIT, IAC and all during the BSc time, got real exposure, connected with process, what I'm admission, and this is the time. So you can please come out from your own comfortable domain, write the domain, or if you are even though you are keeping one or two class of one, it is going to happen. More important is exposure. Try to have a good determination. And I think your department is very good. Dr. Radhakrishnan is here and his colleague is there. And I try to visit all the laboratories. In fact, that please fix your target now. What is your plan and what is it? Come out what part did you die so that your name will be remembered forever. That is very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your exciting words. Now I would like to welcome Radhakrishnan sir to present a podium.
So actually we have been very we want to different of fertilizer. One of the government you will be rewarded really if you work hard. Because during the formulation of the programs for the doctorate, they had to compel the students. They had to compel the students to stay back and they cancel them. Attend the program. Even now I am compelling the students to attend the lectures. So you would have to change your mind. Also, another thing, I observed that biotechnology is not a skewed branch. It has brought many areas under its ambit. As I used to say always, there are a lot of areas get opened up for the biotechnology engineers. You have to make use of the specific into the wider areas of this biotechnology, learn things, get exposed to such kind of talks by eminent personality, know how difficult it is to get such a eminent person to a talk. Because it's also very, very busy. So I was really fortunate to get Professor Gurula Joseph talk. So as a token of our gratitude, that you give it this memento to Professor Gurula Joseph.
Thank you, sir. Now I'd like to welcome Bhavya to deliver the word on this. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Dr. Kudumala Joseph, distinguished faculty members, and dear friends. On behalf of everyone present, I sincerely thank Dr. Kudumala Joseph for his enlightening and thought-provoking session on shaping the future of aerospace technologies. Your comprehensive overview of aerospace trends and strategic initiatives at IASD has given us valuable perspective on how emerging technologies, research excellence, and academic leadership come together to drive innovations in aerospace as well as in biotechnology. We are grateful for the time and expertise you have shared with us today. Your journey as a researcher, educator, and leader continues to inspire students and professionals alike, and your insights will undoubtedly motivate many young minds to contribute meaningfully to aerospace engineering and science and biotechnology. I would also like to thank our respected faculty members and all the participants for their support and engagement throughout the session. Thank you. Most of the presentations will be shortly. All the participants please go to the respective class.
Yeah, I also welcome Dr. Krishna Kumar, Chief Scientist and Head is CSIR, Trivandrum. Actually, he has come as panel member in our judging committee for the evaluation of the oral presentations. He used to come to us and to the department with offer. Earlier, you can come and present it. Papers present given lectures for our students. Many times they have come. So on behalf of the department, I extend a warm welcome to us.